Hello everyone. Hope everyone's doing very great and welcome to this channel. So in this session, we are going to see about the weak self and unwound and return cycles of the view controller life cycles. So what you are waiting for? Let's go for the tutorial. So uh, like um, yes. So initially, I made a view controller, and the view controller as an view did load, and this view did load as an right navigation bar, and this navigation bar having a target and action. It's going to push to the another view controller, and another view controller name is second view controller. And in the second view controller, just I have made the background color of the view to red, and I have an another functions to show alert like hello world. So that's a simple thing that was happening here, and let's go and check the run the code. Yes, yeah. So the initial view controller has been occurred here, and next has been the like left a target button. It was also added, and once I click, it was pushed to the next view controller, and we can have an option for back also, and this back will intimates me like a second view controller deinitialization and no return cycle and leaks was happened. So I have made the print in a deinit of the second view controller, so there is no return cycles or leaks are been occurring here because it's basically a simple code. So let's go and see the example like the things like notification center and closure and service call, etc. First, let me go for the things like for notification center. In second view controller view did load, I'm going to add a notification center, and notification center dot default dot add for name. So I'm going to give a name called my notification, and object is self, and the queue is the main queue, and this is a notification object. And in this object, in this notification, I'm going to call the alert of show alert. And the show alert is basically a UAV controller. It's just printing a text I and allow word. That's not nothing more in that. Yes, like the notification observer has been added, and it's just showing the alert. And let's see what's happening. Let me go and run the code again. Yes. Yes, the initial view controller has been occurred. I'm going to push for the next view controller, and if I click on back means the deinit session I have not called. The reason is like it intimates us like there is an a return cycle is happening between the first view controller and the second view controller. So here is the weak return cycle is making a very big role here. The reason is like this notification object is having an strong reference to the show alert. So the second view controller memory is retaining in the memory of the app itself, but through the navigation it's coming to the first view controller. So what we need to do is like we have to tell to the compiler like this notification object is of the weak type. So to make that, we have to go and before to the notification observer notification, we have to go and tell like weak self. So once we have made like this means this automatically intimates us this week is an optional. So let's go and make it as optional, and let me run it go again. Yes, and yeah, I'm going to the second view controller, and the second view controller I'm having going for the pop, and yeah, the second view controller has been initialized successfully. Yes, that's the help of the weak and in this case. So if the weak is there means we will be on the other side we will be having an option called unowned, right? This unowned is the one which is doing the same operation which was doing by the weak, but the only difference is like we are saying like the self won't be nil at this case. That's a main difference. So in the weak the self will be nil, having an option of nil, but in unknown a self will not be nil. But in the same cases if we run the code means we can able to see like the weak's functionality has been same for the unknown functionality. So let's see like this. Yes, the second view controller has been deinitialized and no return cycle has been happened. Yes, for notification observer, we have to make like this. Let me go in the real cases. We have been using notification observer and the closures, right? So let me go and show you the example for closure. Let me comment out like this. Okay. So I've already created a closure called refresh views. It's going to have a function of return type function. It doesn't have any parameter or nothing. So let me go and define a refresh view here. Self dot refresh view, and it's going to tell like self dot show alert. So once a refresh view has been called, it's going to show the alert. Let's see what's happened here. Going to the second view controller and popping back, the node deinitialize has not been called. The reason is like this refresh view controller having a strong reference of the self. So as like in the notification observer, we have to make this particular closure to be a self weak type. So it's the same function we have to call weak self in. This automatically makes the self as the optional. So let me go and give it as optional. Now let's see what's happening after we made a speak. If you're popping back a second view controller deinitialize has been done. Yeah, so we have been done. Yeah, that's good. So next thing we have been going to see is like in real time we will be hitting an API from the service. So what let's see what's happening there. Before that, let me comment out like this, and let me go for service call like that. For that I have already created an class, and this class is a very simple class. There is a class called service, and it has been having a singleton shared memory, and here there is one function. It's going to return a completion of error, and here I'm just hitting a google.com and a session that returns a compiler a nil. So nothing big in this. So I'm going to call this service call in a second view controller. So for that I'm going to call service dot shared dot fetch from db. So this error is an error. First initially I'm going to print the error. Next I'm going to call this show alert. A warning says let me keep it as an yes. Yes, let me run the code and let's see what's happened here. Second view controller and popping back, yes, again it's not working. The reason is like this particular error has been having an strong reference to this show alert. So we need to do is like we have to make this error type as an weak. So we are making this object as an weak self. and this automatically makes the self as an optional. Let's go and do this, and let's see what's happened now. And as everyone's thinking now, this time the deinitialization will be called. So that's it. Yeah, it's done. So in this way, we have to maintain the relationship between the two view controller and make everything as and weak as possible, and make everything as and strong indicate strong needed. So that's a two difference between say weak and wound things. So you can try it out in your code, and hope everyone has been understanding the concept, and hope everyone like this video. If you are with this video, please like and subscribe and support for this channel, and I will try to post many videos as up. And thank you so much for watching this video, and bye bye.